Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this beautiful Wednesday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, and sports. I am Glenora Shipura. Getting into the news tonight, President Nangolo Mbumba officially opened the new Maritime Museum in Lüderitz today. Otis Daniels was there and gave this report.
The town of Lüderitz has a maritime museum. So all of you are witnesses. Thank you. Read it.
Namibia Maritime Museum. No, I think it's fine. So Namibia Maritime Museum, short NMM, officially opened by His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, President of the Republic of Namibia, 11 September 2024.
Team Oshadon-Jupa emerged victorious during the National Debate Championships, which concluded in Swakopmund last night. Team Musati, who competed with Team Oshadon-Jupa in the finals, took the first runner-up position, while Team Ohangwena took the second runner-up position. The national debate took place over the course of 4 days in the Erongo region with 14 team representatives. Let's take a look.
You know, we have the unanimous decision and split decision. All five were convinced that the decision on that finding was unanimous. It means all five adjudicators had one winning team. Let's give them a very big round of applause. All five. And the winner is none less than Oshadon-Jupa. And that check of $6,000. We can see the gold medals presented by the NSA.
Indian-born businessman and owner of the Rani Group of companies, Ali Darani, who has been accused of paying his workers as little as $1,200 million per month, says he is a Namibian citizen and was therefore fully entitled to making a $1.5 million Namibian donation towards SWAPO's election campaign at a fundraising gala last week. Now, his generous donation was met with disapproval by some who accused the wealthy businessman of buying face with SWAPO in order to cover up alleged exploitation at his companies, which has been widely reported in the media. Now, the donation of $1.5 million by Rani Group shows you how the ruling party has been accommodating those who exploit fellow Namibians. People are working in terrible working conditions. They are extremely underpaid, but if their employers can make $1 million donations to a political party that is governing the country, how do you expect the same government to fight for the interests of the people who are suffering? It's pathetic. a source who opted to remain anonymous said. Now, in a petition last December, Darani employees said they earn between $1,200 and $1,400 Namibian per month and are expected to work 7 days a week with no overtime for Sunday shifts. They said our salary is fixed, but if you go on leave, you only receive half of your salary. Employee Cornelius Napela said at the time. Now, the employee who last year turned to the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters NEFF for intervention said they are being underpaid because the Rani Group is in bed with SWAPO, whose government has turned a blind eye to their suffering. Now, speaking to Namibian Sun this week, Darani said he does not exploit workers and multiple investigations by government ministries have cleared him of any wrongdoing. The SWAPO fundraising event last Friday raised $16 million in pledges ahead of the 27th of November elections. At that fundraising event, the Rani Group pledged $1.5 million Namibian dollars. Getting into our next story, still on the same story, SWAPO Vice President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah has cautioned donors who raised to pledge millions of dollars at the party's gala dinner last week not to expect anything in return, including favors from the government. SWAPO Vice President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah has cautioned donors who raised to pledge millions of dollars at the party's gala dinner last week not to expect anything in return, including favors from the government. Now, speaking during the closing ceremony of the party's electoral college on Monday, the national presidential hopeful cautioned those who pledged not to expect anything in return of their donation. Nandi-Ndaitwah said there is nothing sinister about $16 million the party raised from donors because everything was done openly and those who have a problem can go and audit the books of those who donated. A number of businessmen who benefited handsomely from state contracts were among the biggest donors of the dinner. To those who want to safeguard this country, make your donations but do not expect anything in return. All you will get is democracy and processes to continue conducting your business, she said. That concludes our top stories. On the other side of the break, we take a look at our story of the day.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
Getting into our story of the day, Esme Joseph, Operations Manager at Tuno Trading, a business based in Oshakati, Oshana region, talks about their products showcasing at the ongoing African annual Micro, Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises Forum at the Venture Country Club. Tuemu Haidula contributed this video.
Hey, I'm Esme Joseph, the Operation Manager of Tuno Foods. We are from Namibia, Oshakati. We are based in the north and we are here to showcase our products, which are spices. We locally source them, they're organic and gluten-free. So we are here by the 3rd annual MSME Forum to showcase our products and to hope to get better connections, also for us to be able to export products to other countries. It not really have been made, but we are hoping, because we got people, we've met a lot of people that wants to work with us or to provide us with some products, so to be easier for them, so actually we'll get in connection with them and in contact with them, so we are hoping for the best.
Nice. I've been seeing workshops and master classes around. Have you attended any?
Yes, we have been attending. My manager my boss is actually attending some, so I've attended just one because I'm here trying to showcase the products.
Moving on, Namibia's annual inflation rate for August 2024 stood at 4.4% year on year. In our economic news segment, we get into this story.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Getting into our economic news, Namibia's annual inflation rate for August 2024 stood at 4.4% year on year, down from 4.6% year on year in July 2024 and 4.7% year on year in August 2023. According to Simony Storm, marking the slowest pace since November 2021. The main contributors to these inflation were the categories of food and non-alcoholic beverages, housing and utilities, and transport. On a month-to-month basis, inflation increased by 0.3% in August 2024, up from 0.2% in July 2024. Now, core inflation, which excludes the most volatile items such as food and energy, is slightly to 3.8% year on year in August 2024, down from 3.9% year on year in July 2024. Now, moreover, goods inflation remained the dominant contributor to overall inflation, standing at 5.1% year on year in August 2024. However, this reflects a deceleration compared to both the previous month and the same period in 2023, indicating a moderation in goods prices increases. Services inflation, meanwhile, remained stable at 3.4% year on year in August 2024, as it was in July 2024. Let's take a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.31, against the euro at 19.74, against the US dollar at 17.92, 2 Namibian dollars and 52 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, copper went up while gold, platinum, and Brent crude oil went down. Brent crude oil trading at 0.72%, going for $69 and 61 cents per barrel. On the other side of the break, we take a look at our international news. Getting into our international news, the jury is out on who won the first and likely the last debate between U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Tuesday's event in Philadelphia gave America their most detailed look at a campaign that has dramatically changed since the last debate in June. Now, the proceedings hosted by ABC Network began with an awkward handshake but went ahead relatively smoothly, in part thanks to the candidates' muted microphones, which reduced interruptions. Moderators asked the two for their stances on the economy, abortion, climate change, and foreign policy, including the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine and the Israel-Hamas war. Harris focused her early remarks on the economy, while Trump often pivoted to immigration and promoted conspiracy theories. The two candidates also had an intense exchange over abortion, with Harris saying women are bleeding out in parking lots and Trump sidestepping a question about a national ban on the procedure. Harris, who entered the race just 7 weeks ago, has had limited time to define her candidacy and win over voters. Meanwhile, Trump's allies had hoped he would stay on message and turn around what has been a rocky summer for his campaign. Now, the debate could be the only time before the November election that Harris and Trump could make their case in front of a television audience of tens of millions of voters. Vice President and Democrat nominee Harris was buoyant when speaking to supporters after her confident performance in which she managed to rile her Republican rival. I think that we think today is a good day, but we have 56 days to go. And guys, we're still the underdog in this race. It's tight, she said. We believe in who we are. We believe in the American people. This is a campaign about bringing folks together, knowing the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us. Trump was bullish about his performance despite making numerous outrageous and factually incorrect claims during the debate. All I do is to say the truth. I say the truth, and if I lose votes or gain votes, I don't care. But this was my best debate. I thought it was very good. I thought she was very weak on foreign policy. She was very weak on the border, he told reporters. Harris' campaign has almost immediately called for a second debate against Trump, which he dismissed, saying she only wanted a rematch because she lost. The potentially pivotal debate saw the two candidates lay out very different visions for the future of the United States. Getting into our next story, passengers using Kenya's main international airport are stranded following a demonstration on Wednesday by workers against a planned deal between the government and a foreign investor. Passengers using Kenya's main international airport are stranded following a demonstration on Wednesday by workers against a planned deal between the government and a foreign investor. Planes have remained grounded since the demonstration. Now, the government has said that the build and operate agreement with India's Adani Group would see the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport renovated and an additional runway and terminal constructed in exchange for the group running the airport for 30 years. Kenya Airport Workers Union, in announcing the strike, said that the deal would lead to job losses and inferior terms and conditions of service for those who will remain. Kenya Airways announced on Wednesday that there would be flight delays and possible cancellations because of the ongoing strike at the airport, which serves Nairobi, Kenya. Kenya Airways also announced on Wednesday that there will be flight delays and possible cancellations because of the strike. That concludes our international news. Let's take a look at the weather predictions. Katiba Mlilo can expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 19 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 36 degrees Celsius. Rundu can also expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 18 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 38 degrees Celsius, while the capital city can expect a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius with sunny weather conditions. Henties Bay can expect sunny weather conditions with a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius. Mariental can expect a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius. Keetmanshoop can expect a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius, while Oranjemund can expect a minimum of 10 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius, all with sunny weather conditions. On the other side of the break, we'll be taking a look at the world of sports.
Good evening and welcome to the Sunset News Sports section, courtesy of Sport Rep. I'm Jesse Jackson Kauraitha. Brave Warriors' hopes of qualifying to the next Africa Cup of Nations hang in the balance following a 2-1 defeat against Kenya at the Orlando Stadium in Soweto, South Africa on Tuesday. Namibia ended the match in need of a win after they lost 1-0 to Cameroon before their fixture against the Kenyans. It may not be all lost for Colin Benjamin's men, but it will take a huge effort in order for them to overcome their fortunes and keep their hopes of returning to the next AFCON alive. The Brave Warriors started off looking the better side on the ball while the Kenyans sat back and absorbed the pressure in the first half. The first half produced minimum shots on target from both teams, but it was the Kenyans who broke the deadlock through a John Avera goal in the 58th minute. Duke Abuja doubled Kenya's lead in the 76th minute, leaving the home side scrambling to rescue something out of the match. Dion Hodo's injury time spectacular free kick was only enough to give the Brave Warriors a consolation goal in the match. As things stand, Brave Warriors remain rooted at the bottom of Group J, with them only having 4 matches to play. Namibia still has to play Zimbabwe twice while still having to battle against African giants Cameroon and Kenya in the remaining fixture. The tricky part as it stands is that all teams above Namibia has managed to gain points out of the games they have played so far, while Namibia are yet to register a point. The Namibian under-20 football team, the Young Warriors, is once again facing stress-inducing delays in their preparations for the upcoming under-20 COSAFA Cup set to take place in Mozambique. The team's training camp has yet to commence, sparking concerns about their readiness for the tournament, which begins from 26 September to the 5th of October. The latter situation is not an isolation incident, as the Namibian Football Association has a history of postponing or delaying youth teams' preparations, a pattern that has persisted over the years. When asked about the slow progress, NFA Executive Council member Lawrence Kandundu expressed frustrations at being repeatedly contacted for the issue. He, however, advised the reporters to contact, that is, the Secretary General, in order to discuss the matter further. Local media have reported similar issues in the past, where late camps or poor logistical planning have hindered the team's performances on the international stage. The repeated shortcoming continue to cast a shadow on the NFA's handling of youth football matters. That is all we had for you from the sports desk. Good evening.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news first. It's UEFA Nations League, and it is the best teams in Europe taking part in that result. So we can mention England beat Finland. That's a good result for England. They beat them by 2-0. That was at home, and it was again Harry Kane that was the big important player for England. He scored in the 57th minute and also in the 76th minute for England to win 2-0. Good start for interim coach Lee Carsley, and there's strong speculation that he might be awarded a more permanent position, but that is will be made known at a later stage. Other results from the Nations League is that the Czech Republic beat Ukraine by 3-2, and a good away win for Greece, beating Republic of Ireland by 2-0. Big game Netherlands hosting Germany. That was played in Amsterdam, and that ended 2-2. The equalizer was scored by Dumfries in the 50th minute, and it was an exciting game in Amsterdam. It was the Netherlands and Germany 2-2. This coming weekend, it is again back to English Premier League, and it is the defending champions Manchester City that will host Brentford, and the other unbeaten team so far after 3 games is Liverpool, and they will host Nottingham Forest. Moving on to Formula One racing news, and it's been confirmed earlier that it is Adrian Newey, the race engineer, that will be with Aston Martin from next season. He was with Red Bull since 2005, and it is also confirmed that he will be paid 30 million euros per year. That is a lot of money, and he's just 2 race drivers, including Max Verstappen, earning more than him in the 2025 season. At the moment, it's Red Bull battling since Adrian Newey left them, and it is Max Verstappen on 303 points at the moment, being chased by Lando Norris in his McLaren on 241. And in the Constructors' Championship, it's Red Bull on 446 points, and closely followed by McLaren on 438. At the moment, it is in 5th position, Aston Martin on 74 points, but obviously when Adrian Newey is with them next year, they will be a lot stronger. To close off today's international sports news, it is golf news, and from Friday it will be the Solheim Cup. It's a team competition in women's golf. It's between the USA and Europe, similar to the Ryder Cup for men, and it will be played in Virginia at the Robert Trent Jones golf course. It will start on Friday, being played over 3 days. Team competition between Europe and United States, and Europe, the defending champions. The last time they played last year, they drew 14 all, and so they retained the cup, and it is expected that 100,000 fans will be at the golf course in Virginia to watch the Solheim Cup that starts on Friday. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Do make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneup2.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every Monday to Thursday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. I am Glenora Shipura, and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.